I've been playing a lot more Dominion lately, and nothing is more annoying than a teammate ruining a good gank by either needlessly giving our opponent revenge, hitting me, ruining my parries and punishes, or even stealing my kills. There is in fact a proper way to gank that will guarantee faster, more efficient kills, less screw-ups, and ensure you don't get firearmed. Unless you're up against Firearm himself, then you're kinda screwed anyway. Let's dive in. The first and most important tip I have is to be patient and know when to attack. I say this a lot in a lot of my videos, but that's because it's true. The key to ganking is attacking at the right moments. You want to wait for openings that will guarantee damage from as many teammates around as possible. Attacking like a headless chicken would just build your opponent's revenge meter as they block or parry your mindless attacks, and the more people attacking at once, the faster their revenge meter fills. So what are these openings? Well, they're whenever your opponent can't parry or block. When they're guard broken, when they've been parried, when they're in hit stun, when they've been wall splatted, when they've been knocked down, or when they themselves are attacking. This leads to my next tip, creating those openings for your teammates to attack. To allow your teammates to land those additional free hits, your opponent needs to be incapacitated in some way. As I just mentioned, bashes, guard breaks, parries, knockdowns, etc. all incapacitate your opponent and guarantee free hits. Obviously, some characters are better suited to this, like Shigoki with his hug, or Warden with his charge bash, Valkyrie with her leg sweep, Centurion with his various bashes, etc. The downside is that the best moves for creating these openings, like bashes and guard breaks, build your opponent's revenge meter the fastest, so it's important to be smart about it and not just spam them. Getting things like heavy parries and uncharged bashes in 1v1 situations only guarantee a light, but in ganks they can allow your teammates to land their max damage heavy attacks while the opponent is in the hit stun. This takes good timing and coordination though, so knowing your teammate's playstyle is a big help, and timing your attacks correctly is also incredibly important. Naturally, ganks will work best when playing with friends that you played with for a while, but if you are solo queuing, just put in the extra effort to learn your teammate's attack patterns so you can attack as a team effectively. The other great opening is when your opponent is attacking your teammate. While they are attacking, you can use either lights or heavies to interrupt their attacks and to punish them, and you can also potentially save your teammate's life. Be careful though, as a good opponent will feint their attacks on your teammate to bait an attack out of you for free parries or blocks to build their own revenge, so be smart. The next thing you need to do is make the right punish. Getting your punish messed up because your teammate made the wrong move is one of the most annoying things, so doing the right punish when those openings present themselves is super important, and a lot of time it comes down to just being patient and attacking with a purpose. If your teammate lands a charge bash or a light parry, don't hit them too early or your teammate won't be able to land their own heavy. Don't do light attacks on those heavy punishes either, because you'll knock the opponent out of the long hit stun and less teammates will be able to get their attacks in before they can start blocking and parrying again. Also, don't bash when your teammate manages to create the opening is already there, so your bash is just going to build your opponent's revenge and potentially ruin your teammate's punishes. Fourth tip, use your feats. Things like smoke bombs, traps, arrows, and javelins can all be very useful in a gank. However, keep in mind that these are usually best saved for while you're getting ganked yourself, or if you need to capture a zone quickly, or if you're in a tight spot. You can save your teammate with a well-timed javelin, or use a trap to create an opening for all your teammates to land attacks at the same time. Just make sure you time them and aim them properly so you don't mess up your teammates. Work together and think about what your feat is going to do. Tip 5. Bait out your opponent's revenge. This is for when your opponent has their revenge meter built up, but they haven't used it yet. They are almost always going to wait for you to land an attack so that they can knock you down. You should feint attacks or go for guard breaks to safely bait out their revenge without getting knocked down yourself. The next thing is knowing what to do when your opponent has used their revenge. Now, this is when you have to play strong defense. When your opponent has revenge, they want to make the most of it and get as much damage in as they can. Use this to your advantage. Your opponent will often be overly aggressive, so be ready to parry their attacks. Use option selects for safer parries. Be wary of your opponent target switching often. They can catch you off guard and can deter any potential attacks that you are trying to throw. Also, a good opponent will try to bait out attacks from you or your teammate that they can either parry or hyper armor through. Again, you just have to make the right moves and read your opponents. Now, that was a lot of information, but remember, 1. Be patient and attack when there are openings. 2. Create those openings for your teammates to attack. 3. Do the right punishes to guarantee max damage and avoid screwing up your teammate's opening and or punish. 4. Use your feats appropriately. 5. Bait out your opponent's revenge. And 6. When your opponent is in revenge, go on the defensive and focus on countering. And there you have it. Use these tips and you'll be much more efficient at winning ganks and winning them quickly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.